The grant process is so easy that every year I try to think of at least one idea.
The money from the foundation's been excellent. It was actually the first grant that we applied for, and so it really gave us the initial first step where we're like, okay, look, this can actually get done.
We're so grateful for the Foundation for Saline Area Schools. This large building grant that we got has really been a positive stretch for our school and our creativity and our critical thinking.
What I'm wanting to teach students and what we're wanting to share with students, the Foundation's been very supportive and they fully support what we're doing.
It allows classrooms to move toward initiatives and things especially that kids are looking for.
With our makerspace here, we've been pretty blessed with the foundation and the support of the district to have a lot of really interesting resources. The hands-on learning, they're not just seeing Newton's law, they're actually watching it happen and putting it together in their mind. Makerspace is more about just the kids leading it, so it makes it kind of a perfect fit with the way the district is going and more student-led. It takes a lot of collaboration in their creativity, and they're using all those 4 C's to be able to purchase something like the magnetic ball wall that helps the students grasp that learning is just so vital to their education at this point.
Liberty School is kind of a cool building because we have so many different programs here. Really wanted to just try to make us more of a cohesive school and build a bond and some commonality between all the programs.
This building in general is utilized by the community a lot. The classrooms are used for several different things after the traditional school day. And so, you know, this is a great place for the 5 programs who are housed in the building, but it's also a space that the community could use as well. The space that we have out here is an amazing space, but it doesn't get utilized maybe like it should. And so if there's a way that we could work together to use that space, you know, as an outdoor learning space, that kind of made sense for us.
We are here to help students who are not successful in a more traditional high school setting.
Yeah. So we are very non-traditional, but we have a lot to bring to the table, a lot to offer, these students do. And they have a vision for what they'd like to see out here and how it can best support their experiences in Saline area schools.
So our grant is called The World to the Classroom, and we wanted to bring a lot of the elements from the world in here. And the best way to do that is currently, and what's very popular out there right now, are virtual reality headsets or virtual reality glasses.
We've been able to connect with both social studies, science, and even reading by doing this. So we've been able to take the kids on multiple field trips. I was able to take them on a virtual reality field trip to the 9/11 Museum that connected with some work we were doing in reading in both fiction and nonfiction. There are specific points of interest we can target with the app on our iPads so that we draw their attention to it, but they're still given some freedom to look around from there. They really enjoy it because they get the feel of being there versus simply looking at pictures.
We wanted to take them beyond what we're doing inside the classroom, and the students are really benefiting from it all.
So the grant was for getting a classroom set of Ozobot Evo, which is this little robot that blends the physical and the digital world. It allows students to code and program and write algorithms using the art, and students can use it for anything they can possibly think of. So it could be as simple as coding him to walk a straight line, or having him even move more into the abstract world and actually do coding online, where he now uses sensors to read off a code and accomplish a task or complete a game that you create. We're looking at approximately 2 million jobs by the year 2020 that are not going to be filled because we don't have students graduating within the STEM fields. We're looking at coding existing in everything that we do, and it's either we meet it and we're at the forefront of that change, or we're going to fall behind. You start to see the kids in a different light. You start to see the things that they can do, and it honestly is surprising, not to just me, but to themselves. They start to see themselves as creators of technology and creators of this new learning and this information. I find myself learning from them every single day, and they create and do things that I never honestly thought were possible within such a short amount of time.
We just wanted to give a great big shout out to the Foundation for Saline Area Schools. And we're just showcasing a few of our makerspace kits and equipment that were funded through the foundation. We can do green screen now through some of the equipment that we've purchased through the foundation, as well as our sewing machine, so we can really focus on life skills. In addition, we have things like our Makey kit, so STEM-based activities, electronics, Ozobots for coding. So even our youngest kids, our 4- and 5-year-olds down in Young Fives in kindergarten, are learning how to code utilizing some of these equipment and devices. The great thing is we get to bring parents and grandparents in, and they're teaching our kids how to utilize these tools and devices, creating all kinds of amazing projects with them. We're getting more hands-on. We're allowing kids' voice to shine through. They're getting more creative with the work that they do. They're generating projects that are of interest to them. And so being able to have these kinds of tools at our hands really allows us to do this work.
So our grant that we had funded through the foundation was called the Second Steps program, and that stands for Strategically Teaching Empathy and Problem Solving. And that is what we are doing with our program for our Young 5 students.
April gives us an idea of what she's presenting in the classroom, and then Casey and I look at this curriculum that we were granted, and then we go in once a week, and then Casey and I present the lesson.
And each lesson builds on the one before. And the whole idea is to use a multi-sensory approach, so that way the students stay engaged because they are so young. They're our littlest learners here, so we like to use all different kinds of modes to get them interested, so that way they can stay engaged and really, the message really sinks in with them.
They're actually able to self-regulate a little better. They're proud, when they see a success that they've completed or they see a success in another peer.
The students are taking and applying what they've learned in those lessons and using them throughout the week and building on them. And I think it's really helped build a really great community in the classroom, and it's hopefully something that they'll be able to carry on and model in years to come. When they can feel like they didn't need you at all and that they had all of the skills that they needed to solve their own problem, they really do find a lot of pride in that.
The first grant we did, it was our activities grant, and so it helped us pay for an outing that we did. We rented a theater at Emagine.
Emagine was actually super cool. You walked in and they had everything set up. We're really thankful for all their accommodations they made for us. They made the theater sensory friendly and left the lights on so that everyone was able to move around if they needed to get up and take a break.
It was just a really good time, and I thought it kind of bonded our club really well.
The second grant that we wrote is called the Kindness Rocks grant, and that's going to be coming in effect this spring at the end of April, actually, for Respect Week, and we are going to be painting rocks with words of kindness and passing them out to students, and they will be able to put them in the front office entrance.
It gives me a friend group and community that I really care about and love to be with.
It really helped me realize that it's okay to step out of your comfort zone.
When you come here, there's not really any expectations to be anyone else. You can come in and be yourself.
We're all inclusive. We love everybody. I mean, we get together and it's like a lot of different people I normally wouldn't hang out with. We wanted to share that with everybody in the school.
It's important to me just because it's creating a positive change, not only in our school, but in our community, because kids are going to take the stuff that they learn here and apply it to their life outside.
This has been a wonderful 30th year for Saline area schools. We have given over $118,000 back to the Saline School District in teaching grants and in building grants. This year, for the first time, we gave student-led grants, and we hope for many more in the future. We also launched a campaign this year for the first ever donor recognition wall. This will be unveiled next fall. This campaign will run through July 30th of this year, and we'd love you to have the opportunity to have your name engraved on one of the acorns to be on this wonderful wall in Saline High School for many years to come. We have had 30 wonderful years and are now future focused on the next 30 years. We look forward to continuing to provide funding to enable Saline area schools to pursue excellence both now and into the future. Thank you.